Ryan Gass here, PTPGun.com, Firearms Training. And today I'm going to show you the field strip of this Hi Point JCP in 40 Smith & Wesson. Now, as always, before we field strip any firearm, we want to make sure that firearm is unloaded. So let's go ahead and take a moment to double check that. So we're going to take the magazine out, magazine released in the traditional spot, set it to the side, and we're going to check the chamber, make sure there's no round inside there, and there's not. All right. Now, before we kind of get into this, I want to show and explain, this is a little bit different from most semi-automatic firearms that I've dealt with, but this lever right here acts not only as the safety, but it also acts as the slide catch, all right? So right now it's operating as the slide catch, all right? And now it's being operated as a safety. So right now the firearm's on safe, firearm's on fire, all right? When you lock the slide to the rear, all right, bring it back, slide that back up, and that operates as the slide catch or slide release. Now, that's important because we want to lock the slide to the rear, we want to engage that slide catch, and we can now see this rolling pin inside there. So we're going to take that rolling pin and we're going to punch it through with a small punch and a small hammer. Now, you won't be able to lay it right on the table like I have right here, because then it'll just punch it right down at the table and it won't really come out. So I'm going to bring it back a little bit so that's not over the table. And one thing I noticed when I first started taking apart this firearm is when I'm hitting this rolling pin, sometimes the slide wants to go forward. So we'll see if we can get past that. And you kind of want to hold both in place steady. So I'm going to punch this through. That's coming through, but I want to make sure it doesn't just fall out and I lose it. So I'm going to flip it back over. And I'm going to finish punching it through. You can see right there. All right, now from here, what we're going to do is we want to drop that slide catch, all right? And the slide is forward. What we're going to do is we're actually going to bring it backwards, and we're going to lift the back of the slide up, all right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to separate the two, and there's a spring and spring guide inside there we're going to possibly lose. Let's see if we can maybe not do that. So we're bring it off in a controlled manner. All right, slide, I'm going to set it to the side. Spring and spring guide, we'll set that to the side. And now we have our receiver itself, which the barrel is affixed to the receiver. All right, so from here, all right, we have our frame, our low receiver, we have our barrel there all in one. We have our spring and spring guide, and we have our frame. Now you'll notice if you've been around firearms at all and you start taking apart one of these, this gun is extremely heavy. This slide is probably heavier than my entire Glock 17 unloaded. We actually have a few more pieces here that we want to take out. We want to take out this pin here, right? Set to the side. All right. We also have some springs inside here. All right. We have a larger spring over top of a smaller spring. All right. Make sure you don't lose those. Make sure you have both of those. And then also, if you drop it, all right, you have the firing pin that comes in as well. So again, we have our firearm now field strip. We're going to reassemble pretty much the same way, but in reverse. So we're going to put our firing pin in, and I'm going to slide that all the way in there. You can actually kind of see it as it's going in. I'm going to take both these springs together, one inside the other, place that in. Drive those all the way forward. This piece, all right, it's not going to slide in like that. It's going to go in with just the head. It's going to go in just like that. All right. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take the spring, and it inserts right here below the barrel, right? And we're going to take the spring guide and put it inside there as well. Now, this is going to be tricky, right? The first couple times I've taken this apart and put it back together, I ended up having this spring guide shoot across the room. So take your time when doing this, and you know, there's different, with this firearm or other ones and stuff, you think you might lose a spring or a pin, you know, have some drapes around you that are going to help catch those parts in case they go flying, they get caught inside there. So I'm going to start with it kind of more on its side, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of press the spring guide right below where the barrel is right here, all right? I'm going to try to hold it there. If you don't keep it lined up, and as you're applying pressure, it'll shoot forward that way or through the through where the barrel comes through on the slide. So I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna apply that pressure, just very slowed and controlled. All right. I'm gonna slide it back. All right, and down. All right. All right, now I need to insert this rolling pin, and I want to drive it in from the right side of the firearm towards the left. So I'm gonna place it on that side. I'm gonna get that started with a little tap of my hammer. And at this point, I'm gonna need to drive it through with my pin. You want to drive it in all the way until it's flush. Otherwise, it'll get caught on the slide as it goes forward. All right, so let me just double check, make sure that is all the way in. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of a functions check. And again, this firearm is like my Smith & Wesson 4006, where I need to have a magazine inserted to be able to actuate the trigger. The firearm is on fire. All right, I'm gonna put it in a safe direction, pull the trigger, rack the slide to the rear. All right, again, the slide locked to the rear because the magazine's empty. All right, so we'll take that magazine out and reinsert. All right, one more time, take the magazine out. And just to reset it, put it back on safe. Now that is the field strip and reassembly of your Hi Point JCP, and again, this one happens to be in 40 Smith & Wesson. For more videos on this firearm, including a review and also another version of a disassembly done by our partner Mikey, go and check out our videos on our YouTube channel. We have a few other videos for this that are already out there, and we have more coming in the future. If you own this firearm and you have any questions and you would like some insight on that, let us know, put it in the comments below, and we'll make sure to address all your concerns and questions. Also, if you have any other firearms that you'd like to see us do, let us know in the comments below, and we'll get those done as well. But again, appreciate you all. Hit that subscribe button, notifications bell, and remember to train, defend, prevail.